Oh.
I survived while making bad streaming choices by eating a strong edible the day before, and all I got were these bits.
Yeah, you know what? I did that to me. That was an ill-advised maneuver, and I paid for it. But Bacon, thank you for the 200. And I'm sorry about yesterday. Like, all there is... I tried to make some notes on what I could have done yesterday, but my drunk high self wrote what could only be described as incoherent. I broke a pen. So... How are you doing? Alnus, good morning, what ho, friend? Hello, hello. Come on in, you lovely Mother Hubbards. Cheers to you. This is my first cup on all. Oh. It tastes like everything right with the world. Catastrophe Ehrman, hello, hello. Coming in, coming in! There is an energy. There is an energy about this day which is very unsettling. So far, the games industry hasn't done anything to warrant the amount of nervousness. Fearless, what ho, friend? Hello, hello. Puppies! Hello. Hello, friends. I'll get into some tales and stories later. I'm still catching up on CA finally announcing their sci-fi payday heist game called Hyenas, which is certainly very curious. Oh wow. And yeah, Fearless, that's a hell of a badge. That was, yeah, what's it? 1,000 gifted subs over 4 years. It's no big deal. Amos! God damn it. Everyone's coming in! Puppies! Chill your shit! I love you both with all my heart. So help me!
Who do you?
Both been dickheads! Aperios, how are you doing, friends? Oh. And Danny, Mega Boss. What ho, friends? Hello, hello. Coming in. They're gonna be the death of me. I'm just calling it now. Stepper Jen, good morning. Hello, hello. Gitned, greetings. Oh, how goes it, friends? Apparently that's my consciousness trying to back up into a functioning state. Yeah. Oh, lordy, lordy. Anyway, Aperios, how was your morning? How was your show? Tell me your tales.
Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck broke into a distillery. Daffy asked, "Is this whiskey?" Elmer replied, "Not as whiskey as robbing a bank."
Wow. That joke's older than I am. And Favour 6, thank you for the bits. Like, considering the absolute nonsense of yesterday, and today's definitely me clawing my life back, but I absolutely do not deserve those bits. But thank you all the same. Mega Boss, what Gundam did you put together? I'd be fascinated to see pictures. River!
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems
Yeah, I shall look while I go to therapy and psychiatry, but I hope the god Fu fighting goes well.
¿Por qué no los dos? No, MDH. Yeah, we'll be on for a good long while, so we'll be here when you get back, and thank you for the lurk, because it makes all the numbers go up. So jumping back in, Perios was talking about a bit spicy on the actor Blizzard stuff. Yeah. I'm not saying we should ignore that, and I guess this will be a good thing for those of you who went through it with Perios, but I've just decided today, you know what, I don't want to look at Bobby Ballbag's smiling face. You know. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Favourite 6. And Wolfcrowd as well. Thank you all for the bits. Oh. So, Jackie, Vanderbeest, all of you, good morning. What ho, friends? Hello, hello. Yes, I do have stories. Yes, they are dumb. No, I haven't been doing good. But I'm very happy to see you all. Completely in other news, I finally sat down and played Stacklands yesterday because that was about all I could muster. And yeah, it's an incredible game. If you haven't seen it, Stacklands is the same kind of gameplay as Cultist Simulator, but not made by horrible people. And it's just, you start with a little person. And, oh, hey!
The complete talisman collection was just purchased for $12.
Fucking yo! I didn't realise that was up again. God, here's me being very, very good at my job and not checking the humble partnerships. Whoever that was that picked that up, though, thank you. Like, I know times are tough for everybody, and I know it's a pain in the ass to go through third-party sites. If you haven't seen it, as a quick FYI, the Capcom bundle's got another, 5 hours left on it. And that's just... Yeah, that's... Dragon's Dogma, Monster Hunter World, Devil May Cry 5, the Devil May Cry Collection, and Strider for $20. You also get DMC and Bionic Commando, and Street Fighter 5, and they're not good, but they're worth deconstructing, in my humble opinion. Wait, Wraith got cake and ice cream? Fuck! See, sorry, Favor 6 was saying nothing is slower than a coffee shop customer at the front of a very long queue trying to decide what they want. This is why I joke, but, time is a human construct. Waiting in line to get a coffee for 4 or 5 minutes, it's fine. Blep on your phone, what have you. It's all good. But when you need the bathroom, time stretches out in front of you like long one screaming corridor. Time is a human construct. Sorry, this is Catastrophe with Devil May Cry. But Devil May also laugh. Love. Take a bomb-ass nap. Devil May live, laugh, love. Shit. I'm sure someone's done that. But I might need that. Oh. But yeah, sorry, how's it going with your good selves? Like I said, the only thing I could manage in my very broken state yesterday was Stacklands, and I really, really recommend it. It's just another one of those great examples of Suck Pop working on small, tight, focused experiences. Now, it's got over 6,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews, so it's not like we need its support. But there's an element to that I didn't realise until I've been playing for a while that depending on how you stack stuff up, there's a certain level of automation. So, like, you can have it so that everybody digging from the mines, it all goes to specific piles, and then you can start moving stuff around. It's feckin' fascinating. And down on the dwarf, what ho, friend? Hello, hello. How goes it? So yeah, if you want really, really good, like, solo play card game, I can't recommend that enough. And yeah, and friends, if you're unaware of the Sockpot Collective, they are, to my understanding, one of the few teams that have really made game development via Patreon work. They've been releasing these teeny tiny focused little games for the last few years now, which they kind of bundle up in collections. But they've done a very good job of keeping their expectation and keeping their focus and consistently putting out games, like, in wildly different thematically. Sorry, forgive me while I'm just desperately inhaling coffee. Oh, and I get to have a look at what Megaboss put together. Ooh, that's the new Transforming one. It's supposed to be very cool. Things are slowly, though, starting to come together here. This is what's been called the kind of the official backlog tower. So, before I do anything else, I have to finish that bloody Megex. So that's my next big task. Just gotta not feck up its glowing internal skeleton, and then I'll be fine. Just forgive me while I'm inhaling coffee. Yeah, but the problem down on the dwarf is that one still has to set up an IV drip. The problem is me. The problem is me. I was not awake, ready, and good time to make coffee and be a functioning person. Like I said, I won't label you all with me problems. It's just been it's not been a shit week. It's been a lot, and I basically, you know that thing in rally driving where they try to go down around a corner too fast and kind of like just go, and while it's very, very impressive and flings dirt and gravel everywhere, you just kind of spin out, and then you have to go through that awkward process of kind of like re-angling the car to then continue along. I basically did that in people form. No, I will not be elaborating. Megaboss was saying the transforming function scratches the build a functioning transformer bit by bit. Yes. But it's always weird to find the ones that actually do transform. Bishop, how are you doing? What? Oh, and welcome once more. Durry Quill, good morning. Hello, hello. Not saying, Durry, I've been chasing some of your scores, but... yeah. I actually don't remember if I have beaten any of your scores. Now I'm talking up a big game. Oh, Fearless, that was a lovely day. That was a lovely day. I mean, I didn't have a plan, and we didn't need one. No, I went hard on Monday, and it was not a healthy maneuver. So yeah, I do mean it though, friends. I am sorry about yesterday. Like, I continue to be a disaster. And Stammering Gamer, what ho, friend? Oh, and Megaboss, again, like, congrats on getting that build. I mean, it was pretty widespread, but it's still a really gorgeous kit that's sold out of most places. No, well, Asari, firstly, Watto and welcome. Secondly, if this happens to be the background noise to helping you get a decent night's sleep, then fucking we. Oh, excuse me, just while I'm just inhaling caffeinated beverage. Get in my bloodstream, you bastard! Ah. So yeah, I will say, friends, because obviously I want to have a chat and a catch up with you all because I've missed you. So we're obviously playing Hades today, no question, no question. But I found something very odd. I found a parody game. I found a parody game called The Looker, meant to be a spoof of The Witness. And considering that Jonathan Blow can fucking do one, I'm intrigued. So, obviously I thought we'd have a natter and a banter. But I was curious if you all fancied, before we get into Hades proper, just a little bit of a something weird, something funny. Oh, wow! It's stammering. I mean, go you. Hella congratulations. Despite being a disaster on Monday, I've been surprisingly on point. Alright, well, okay, let me give you the...
Stop that incessant clicking.
Oh. Stepagen, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Like I said, after yesterday's bollocks, I do not deserve it. I'm very grateful. So yeah. Now, we don't have to. If this doesn't grab anyone's attention, or if you want to just play it by yourself, that's fine. I have no grand designs on it. But it was something weird and something odd. And parody games are quite rare in our business because of how long games take to make. Like, ever since we kind of got out of the rapid-fire nature of the Flash scene, parody games have become more and more difficult to create. And we haven't really seen too much in, River, you're fine! Hooray. No, thought dropped completely out of my head. There we go. It's gone. No thoughts. Officially head empty. Knees weak, arms spaghetti. But yeah. As a title, it's really hard to create something that is a parody because you can only parody a handful of games that are so ubiquitously known that they'll still be funny when you finish, like, 2 years of game development. Eagle lives, good morning. Well, okay, yes, River is lovely. It's just, for some reason, she's got the crazies about it today. Okay, Bishop, you make a very good point. There are a bulk of terrible parody games. Mostly you...
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
What ho? I did a lot of food prep and am now tired.
Well, go you. Settle in, pour yourself a cuppa. We're just discussing parody video games, and trying to decide if we...
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay, but Martin, thank you for 35 months. Like, that's a whole heap of time to support this operation, and especially on weeks like this, I'm very, very grateful, so thank you. And Unitax, I mean, the same, but 44 months worth, like literally as much as you can. Also, Stepagen, I hope I said a proper thank you for you gifting a sub to Stammering Gamer. That's fucking cool of you. Wraith saying, parody video games, like the seminal classic, Pissed. You know what? I have nothing to say about Pissed. And it's weird because that was definitely a game that could only really have existed from like the big box PC era. I mean, we did have a situation where bloody Redneck Rampage was a game that existed. And Postal, for whatever reason, just won't die. I mean, Wraith, how you know I've actually played it, right? God, no, I just was racking my brain for a few other parody games. And it's hard to point at a title and say that, okay, the reason why I'm so curious about trying the Looker is that the Looker is a parody of a video game. It is not a parody or social commentary or comedy game. It's just one game taking the piss out of another. Sadly, like Pissed. Because here's the thing, like, Postal was a series designed to counter the very serious po-faced shooty gunbang while, you know, being as edgy cool as it could. It's a strange, strange title. And I'm like, so like, Redneck Rampage was a comedy game, certainly, but it wasn't a parody of any specific title. It was just making fun of rednecks in video game form. Bad video game form. Alright. But then you had things like the South Park game on the N64, which you'd think was a parody, only it's not. Like, it was a surprisingly competent first-person shooter, and a real step between, like, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and other titles like that would kind of solidify the same-screen shooter. Alnus, this is how slow I am this morning. I almost took that one very seriously. Fucking Aperios with Is the Witcher scene with Geralt in the tub supposed to be a parody of Pissed. Illuminati confirmed. No more neon white for you. I'm cutting you off. You've had too much. Well, so, and this is where it gets interesting, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to look at this title, is because Simon the Sorcerer is what I call a comedy game. It had humor in it, but it wasn't directly parodying another game. And to Ivan, Watto and welcome. Banned Cybertrucks, hello, hello. I mean, the West of Loathing is definitely a D&D parody. But, I mean, this is where it gets complicated. Like, I'm not telling you, I'm asking. Yeah, I mean, Sadlin, thank you for a good example in cinema where Spaceballs is a parody, Galaxy Quest is not. That's a good way of looking at it. So in video game terms, like, you know, upsettingly, you know what, no one has talked about Pissed this much. Pissed was an just frankly dog shite parody of Myst that haunts me to this very day. That and the Looker are parodies because they are directly aping on one specific title or series. I mean, I guess you could call the sadistic Mario games, you could call those very much parody. Oh, I'm banned Cybertrucks. Hello, hello. Ah, you're back in the game dev. Yeah. Now, does that mean you're making games again yourself? Or are you currently in the... are you currently at a studio? Ivan... Ivan? Sorry that I'm butchering that one. we've done a stream of Disco Elysium. I kind of got trolled into taking it a little too seriously, so I'm just giving it a nice wide berth before we go in for the director's cut with voice acting. Okay, Jackie does make a good point. Goat Simulator is definitely a parody game. Now, Goat Simulator has parodied a lot of different games in its run, rather than just one, but definitely yes. Oh, way cool! So, congratulations to band Cybertrucks, who has got their non-compete clause cancelled on the contract so they can work on their personal game. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Well, so Immortal End, the reason why the Galaxy Quest example is a good baseline. So it's space. So if you watch Spaceballs is very much about the punchline is how dumb Star Wars is. You know, Lord Helmet, the Schwartz, take your pick. Galaxy Quest isn't, and then the joke is Star Trek. In fact, despite being a comedy, the humor is never, look at these nerds, aren't these nerds dumb? In fact, if anything, the moral at the end of the story is, no, the group of nerds were right and were legit. Dari Quill says, is Totally Accurate Battlegrounds a parody? Now, this is a complicated one, because initially it was just a hilarious battle simulator that kind of sprung its own little mini genre. Like, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is a parody of PUBG to an extent. So, I mean, again, this is why I find this conversation to be so fascinating, is because there aren't that many. Yo, Wolfgrad, don't bring up the Orville. Poor Fiona's had to listen to me talk about it so many times. The Orville is definitely in the... Okay, the Orville is the follow-up series to TNG that we never got. It is some of the most accurate... Like, if I had to chart a course of different, like, Star Trek tracks, like, the Orville is the sequel to Star Trek The Next Generation. But then, I'd also put that in the same vein as, like, Babylon 5 is the voila! Is the sequel to DS9, if you know what I mean. Oh, and Ivan, I have heard about the expansion of Rainworld. I just luckily caught the announcement stream. The problem is, where am I going to put 5 more slug cats in my arm? So, like... Now, Alice was saying Damien's word soup RPG names. See, those tend to be, despite their ridiculousness, those tend to be, like, aping a situation rather than a title. You know, the comedy comes from an incredibly dumb premise thrown at you through a JRPG. But they're not Final Fantasy parodies. Oh, wow. Wraith, actually, I did miss that. Wraith, thank you for letting me know. So, if any of you would like to try Rainworld, but don't have any money, currently Rainworld is free to claim on Prime Gaming. Oh no, and Favor 6, I'm aware of the timeline. It's just, if you put Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5 side by side, like, Babylon 5 has a continuous story. It has absolutely no pretense about, you know, its show's message and politics. Like, it's swinging with a brick and a sock. And it feels like an evolution, even though it's not. No, Phyllis, you're right. Breath of Death was definitely intended to be a Breath of... Well, it was more... Breath of Death was definitely more Dragon Quest parody, but... No, that's a valid one. But, like, you can see what I mean, friends. These are games you can count on your hands. Because video games are very hard to make. And a parody... Oh, hey, Ivan, it's not a problem. I'm extremely dyslexic. So I'll probably end up missaying your name more than once. But so long as you know that it's not an insult or anything intended, then no worry, alright? But yeah. Parodies are difficult at the best of times. And as we've moved further and further away from a monoculture, like, there isn't the same kind of cohesive touch points. There are to an extent, but they're much more wide-sweeping. And they move much quicker. I mean, you just need to look at meme culture to see the speed at which things, like, explode, parody, evolve. Ah, and Clank, thank you for the 100. Again, I'm sorry about yesterday, but I'm back. Oh yeah, Wraith, serious question, huh? I thought Twin Snakes was good. I really did enjoy it. Loot box simulator. Fred, it's not a coincidence. It's magic. No, Fred, I was saying, because we're talking about parodies, and there aren't many parody video games. There are comedy games, but actual straight up parodies are very rare. And someone asked me what I thought about the Orville, and I've been watching a lot of the Orville. It's incredible. And it feels like a continuation of TNG. Like, the Orville feels like a sequel to Star Trek The Next Generation. And I said, I get the same feeling between DS9 and Babylon 5. Babylon 5 feels like the sequel to DS9 because it swings heavier, it goes darker, and it has a continuing plot that gets a lot more support. I understand the timeline is actually the other way around, but, you know, it's kind of like, you know, arranging the fan order. Alright, well, you know what, and Ivan, I guess because we just met, oh, so, hi, I'm Will, it's lovely to meet you. I worked in the games industry for 10 years, and then after exploding my life, I fell into streaming full-time. The lovely individuals you see around you in chat, they keep me going, they keep me going. Yesterday, I went out for beverages with a friend, which was fine. But after I came home, I decided I was going to try and get some sleep. So I gobbled down a feckin' I gobbled down an edible. And despite having eaten, it hit me like a freight train and knocked me out for a day. Because I have a baby tolerance. Now, I'm based out of Washington, Seattle, so weed's legal here. But it doesn't mean it doesn't kick my ass. Well, okay, so Monikari, the bad idea actually was sober. Like, okay, we're not doing bad. Not like, not like when we had to do Shark Week. But, you know, times are tough for everybody, and you'll know that I take this seriously. I take your time and your money very seriously. All right? It just turns out that all the things are coming together. So, hang on, hold that thought. So, Ket's family made a gorgeous kanji, which I regret never asking his dad what the recipe was, because so good. Oh, and Ivan, just to jump back, the reason why we didn't get a sequel to Metal Gear Solid Revengeance was that game went woefully over budget, and the team over at Platinum Games were brought in to finish it. Apparently, behind the scenes, they got the tech working for the cut everything movement and just couldn't make a game out of it. So they gave it to a team who knew how to make things ridiculous. So, sadly, it was just too expensive, and Konami doesn't have the money to make games like that anymore. Best we can hope is that Konami eventually sells off the IP, and then we see a follow-up. But Sadly, it's going to be a while. Oh, okay, I had to fight. Yeah. Okay, Fred. I'll prepare my ghost jitsu for such a moment. But yeah. So I guess I should take you through the week while also apologizing for the week. So today we're going to be playing Hades. We are questing for, I guess, moving towards the end of the story. I'm still really, really, really enjoying Hades as a game, and I'm going to be playing it for years to come. But I'm gonna get a few pointers, a few little things to unfurl. Hey,
Humble store purchase made for year 2, 99.
whoever that was, thank you kindly. Where's my tunes? I'm gonna keep it with the chill jams though, because I'm still waking up. Why am I a disaster? Oh well, Jackie, thank you kindly. Oh yeah, and Fearless, like, we can get into that later because it's a whole conversation, but yeah, Konami doubling down on their pachinko business because it was the most profitable thing they had going, only to then have the pachinko market just...
Bits for dag alarm clocks.
Bacon, thank you for the 200. Well, and, Monacal will be here for a while, so do not worry. I love chatting everybody's ear off before we get started. But I'll avoid going into any spoilers with Hades before we get into it. Oh, okay, so Wheeler Dealer's saying, actually, pachinko means we're on the down like 10 years ago. Interesting. Because, I mean, sorry friends, Wheeler Dealer works in the anime industry, so has more of an understanding of, like, you know, Japanese market trends, which I don't. Like, I vaguely understand the Japanese games industry, but, like, as best as I can. Castlevania, the series, the game. Look, I saw a t-shirt with, Dracula from Castlevania saying, "I love my bisexual son," and I've been thinking about that all weekend. Interesting. So Wheeler Dealer was saying that Sega of Japan was actually moving out of the pachinko market when Wheeler Dealer was still working at SOA, Sega of America. That's fascinating. Because, as I understood it, I thought the move out of pachinko from Sega was part of their slow reduction on the amount of, like, arcade cabinets and things they were producing. Like, I forget what the abbreviation is. They were like Sega... it was like Sega Entertainment or something, but, like, less new arcade machines were selling, so they were scaling that business back. And I just assumed they were doing the same thing. This is fascinating. Also, Wheeler Dealer, how are you doing? I was a bit of a monstrous disaster yesterday, so I'm on my apology tour day. However, wow, it's just everyone's just going ham with their stuff today. Hopefully, you all can't hear it. Sorry. Wheeler says they remember hearing the excuse of Sega corporate overall sales were down because of a softening in the pachinko market. Anytime we push for bigger budgets. Interesting. God, there's so many tales from those days I can't tell on stream. It's always nice that you're here because I can just kind of psychically be like... I don't know if you saw Wheeler Dealer, CA finally announced Hyenas. And... I can't comment as to its DNA, but I'm very curious to see it happening. Oh yeah, and yeah, Angerfoot looks incredible. I still haven't tried Metal Hellsinger yet. I'm looking forward to it. Perios, no, we don't talk about Brink. I actually worked with someone who was on Brink. Oh, anytime you bring it up, you get like the 1,000-yard stare out of them. Well, okay, so Wraith. Obviously, due to NDAs and stuff, I cannot comment. But I would say that from what I have seen of Hyenas as a project, it makes sense to me that it is being made, and it makes sense the amount of time and care that's been taken on it. But what I would say is, this isn't the team... I'm trying to think how to phrase it without... Any... If it is who I think it is, who's working on it, it's going to be great. But it is not going to be anything like Alien Isolation. In terms of, like, quality of art assets, it might be. Like, the console team was always fucking amazing like that. But there are a lot of people who worked at CA, specifically on Alien Isolation, who left after it ended. And a lot of those people were seminal in giving it the identity and the feel that it had. But yeah, guess there's a lot I cannot say, friends. All right, so this week, today, Hades. If we want to, we can play the Looker before we get into our realm of gods and nonsense. But oh, sorry, and tomorrow, sponsored Anacrusis. They still want me around, and I still want to play their video game. Friday, Sea of Thieves, as you well know. We did have a little private Sea of Thieves party on either Sunday night or Saturday night? No, it was Saturday night because the squad came around on Sunday. But because Ems didn't get to play on Friday due to commitments, and both me and Fiona were like, it's double money, it's double money. You didn't miss anything. We hit up some vaults and got some chests. And kind of drank while streaming to people on the longship. And friends, if you ever see us just hanging out in voice chat, like, if it's not green room or on air, then you're always welcome, friendos. Ah, so Wheeler Dealer, I have seen Perish, but I didn't realize it was a two-person team. That's fascinating.
It's the game, but all guinea pigs. It's the Anaperunsis.
Ah! Yes, the Anaperunsis. Ferric Phoenix, you need to be escorted in and out of the ritual sacrifice room, but yes, you are allowed in there. You've got to make sure that there's a grown-up member of staff with you at all times. And Bacon, again, thank you for the bits, friend. Like, I'm sorry I've been a fucking disaster recently. But I am exceedingly grateful, alright? I was about to say, Ferric, do you need us to hire you an adult? And then I realised the implications of that, so I stopped. It's not a coal! Wraith, have you met Caffeine? Okay. So, I'm sorry, I don't mean to drag out this announcement. And I'm not trying to, like, build tension or suspense, but, we're gonna do something on Saturday, and it's very dumb. Now, how many of you here are familiar with a thing on twitch.tv called crowd control? If you're not aware of them, it's a third-party plugin that lets you mess with a video game in real time. This means that, you know, you can add lives, take them away. A few people have done, like, randomizers via the medium of crowd control. And it's a bit of a fiddly mess. You turn bits into coins. And the coins give you like a little tasting menu of ways that you can affect the video game whilst it's being played. We're going to be doing it with Subnautica on Saturday. Now, initially, I had considered doing this because there is a... Yep. That will be this Saturday, the 25th. I feel a little sad to be missing this year's Pride Parade, but I've been playing a little fast and loose with my mental health, and as much as, like, donning the full rainbow attire and careening to downtown would be fun, I need to give me a break. Well, Alnus, we won't be doing a channel points variant, but we will be using it. We will be jumping into some Subnautica. Now, this came from. There's a new randomizer for the original Deus Ex. I mean, if I ever master it, Ferric Phoenix, I'll let you know. But again, seriously, thank you for the bits. So, that is the plan for Saturday. We're going to be enabling crowd control. Trucks just careening past the window. Thanks, guys! Fucking assholes. You won't get to see me have a breakdown today. It'll be entertaining. But, yes, that's our plan on Saturday. We're still working out the tasting menu and prices to hit a biting point between, like, not taking the piss, but also not having 1,000 Reapers up my ass. Oh, good snipe there. Wolfcrad. Stole it for your good self. Yes, Happy Pie, that is what I'm going to do. Which initially was because it was a hilarious idea. Because the thing was, the Deus Ex randomizer had the same functionality. And I was like, oh, that could be kind of fun. And then I had a look at... what games were available, and I saw Subnautica was on there, and I was like, oh god. So yeah, it's going to be a Saturday. That's all I'm gonna say. This will be our first time messing around with crowd control. Although I have gotten to meet some of the people over there. I believe crowd control actually sponsored the last charity pub crawl that Fiona ran, which was real cool. So, you know, it's not just a rando loot box event. And yes, Wolfcrad, it will be the whole Saturday. And Fearless, congratulations on bug smashing. Why? Why are you like this? You know the road's too small for you, truck. Why are you even here? Asshole. It's gonna be one of those days. I can... Ooh. Pour too much coffee. To the elk, Watto and welcome. Hello, hello. He has opinions! Dude. Motherfucker. So yeah. So that's the big ticket item for this week. Is... well, so Stammering Gamer, you won't be able to kill me with penguins. This will be the original Subnautica. And to my knowledge, no one's done a Subnautica 0 in regular. Because here's the thing, I've genuinely wanted an excuse to go back to Subnautica. I was planning on doing a co-op run with somebody at some point, but we have so many multiplayer games that we're playing right now, and so many... Fuck off! So many big events that, like, if I'm being perfectly honest, I feel like I don't get enough time to hang out with you all in a week. I know that's ridiculous to say for someone who streams for 5 hours, but I'm serious. So I didn't want to start another, like, long play co-op thing. I'm gonna throw a mug of piss on this fucking truck. I don't know what else to do in response. Yeah, can I tell you about indie video games? No? Well then, fuck off! I'm trying to work here! I'm trying to make up for being an arsehole yesterday! So at least... Truck stuck 2 honks! No, 2 bells is way better. 2 bells! Ding ding! Y'all don't have enough cash to get me in VR Subnautica. Like... It's bad enough when it's just on screen. But the thing is, Subnautica's not just a, oh boy, sure hope this game doesn't shit me up. Like, it's genuinely good. I want to be back in that title. Yeah. So... Yeah, so that's what our Saturday is going to be. A haunting return to the Dark Sea. Look, I'm not challenging you lot. I do not want you to think that I am trying to fish for monies. I'm just, like... You saw what Half-Life Alyx did to me. You want Subnautica and that to come together. You're all terrors. You're all terrors! Actually, so Happy Pie, I've not seen that one, but I did see a wonderful, wonderful post that is getting me to very much rethink Mark Brown as an individual. Okay, and this is not a diss. So Happy Pie was asking if I've seen the latest Game Maker's Toolkit video. I haven't. But what I did see was a tweet was doing the rounds over the weekend, which was just, YouTubers, stop talking about game engines, it makes you look dumb. I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing. I should quote proper. So, game. There we go. Where was it? And I quote, "Fellow YouTubers, I implore you, stop talking out game engines. It's embarrassing. And these silly misinformed stereotypes only hurt the game dev community." And at first, I was about to start grinding my teeth because it felt very much like, oh, now you've started to make an video game. You speak for the trees now. Are you the Mother Hubbard in Lorax? But it was a little post underneath. There was a little post underneath, and it just said, "I refuse to watch any of my videos from before starting game dev." After someone said, now that you've made a game, you get to experience the joys of seeing what everyone else talks about. And I was like, yes. And, like, I understand the YouTube ecosystem, and I don't begrudge him for posting that about, like, other ill-informed setups. But it was just that one line of him saying, I refuse to watch any of my videos before I started game dev. Because I really enjoyed Game Maker's Toolkit from a deconstruction standpoint, but what used to grind my fucking gears, sorry, forgive my swears, was another example of smart people trying to deconstruct video game development from having never made a game. there were large swaths of his videos where he'd say, well, why don't they do X? Once you've been dev side, you know why they didn't do X. Either they wanted to and they couldn't, it didn't work and they only had a limited amount of time, or their bosses were like, nah, you gotta make micro loot box transaction special. That. Forgot how to speak there. Actually, Lizzie, it's going much, much better. I got this much in my system. We got some new friendos over, so I'm... But yeah. Well, no, and Phyllis, I'm in the same boat. Like, I genuinely respect the fact that he has sat down and started to make a game and is quickly coming to the realization that so much of it is so difficult. Like, incredibly difficult. And it's been nice seeing a certain amount of hubris being introduced. So that has definitely inspired me to go back and start rewatching some of Mark Brown's content, because I mean his videos on Hitman and stuff like that were very, very inspirational, but later on it was the I mean, okay, we've talked about the realities of game development many times, and accessibility options is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, because it's something that we should all be working towards. But I often resent the implication that these are just settings that you turn on, and that when someone's not able to have a full complement of accessibility options, it's because, you know, they hate disabled people, or they're lazy, or they just didn't want to. Rather than looking at the insanely complex costs of adding that functionality. Like, that sometimes it's not possible for a small team to do the same thing as others. The one that always irked me sideways was The Last of Us Part 2 getting huge praise for doing massive amounts of accessibility options whilst grinding their team to dust. Like, they crunched the shit out of them. Like, it wasn't... Those features weren't added at no cost, and they weren't added because someone was like, maybe we should think about people who aren't us for a change. You'd be amazed how many studios are like, we want to do more, but we can't afford it, you know? And I often get irked when functionality and accessibility options are the lack of their presence is donated to laziness rather than like time and cash. Now, there are ways in which we can, you know, create our games so that they're more accessible from the get-go. I mean, Thor's whole thing of choosing yellow and purple for the color scheme for Heartbound as the two kind of iconic colors of like light side, dark side, because apparently those are two colors that work with the most amount of individuals that have color blindness, which is fascinating. Hoffman says they have a friend who worked on The Last of Us Part 2 and he didn't see the sun for months. Yup. And Wraith, it's lovely to see that. Lovely to hear his development series has been good. I definitely think like the last developer diary series that I really got into was actually Yahtzee's work, because that was another example of someone who is noted for being incredibly cynical on video games, then having to experience the realities of development. And the thing is, it's fine to just be it's fine to just play games. It is absolutely entirely okay. And you don't need to have made games to comment on how they make you feel or what they do right and wrong. It's when you start speaking for the development process, having never done it, that's when I start like white knuckling the table. Well, see, Wolfgrad, it's not expertise. It's a very specific kind of development. Adding accessibility features at the end of your project varies in complexity. Knowing how to set up your development in such a way as to make it easier for yourself down the road, that's something that can only really come from, knowledge of a standardized environment or from a long-running series, And what's annoying is that a large proportion of discussions about accessibility just talk about the end result and don't discuss implementation. And implementation, ease of implementation is what allows for us to create more accessible video games. Anyway, so that was just something that got me thinking, and I'm definitely going to start having a look at I'm definitely going to start going through some of Mark Brown's development diary videos. And Wraith, I'm not even unpacking that one. Sorry, Wraith was saying the amount of Destiny 2 players screaming, "Test your game, Bungie." It's another one of those, especially, QA testing is vastly misunderstood, even inside game development. So no, Assman 420 YOLO blaze it. No, you do not understand the complexities of AAA games of service development and how QA interacts with it. No, Monocle, that's an entirely valid discussion, is that there are some projects that will choose certain font types and not take into account how readable they are. I mean, the hilarious one is always when you start talking to teams about, hey, so how are you going to translate this into, Japanese or, Mandarin? How are you going to do a pack that allows you to add Arabic as a language? And watch people suddenly go, oh no. It's a bit of a dick move, I know, but... and the reason why is because, yes, there are a lot of game engines... I mean, I guess all game engines are able to output text. That's just a standardized feature. But if it's not a Latin derivative, how you gonna do that? How? Oh, no, you know what? Earl Koenig's right. It's been a cruel joke I've been playing in you all. Yeah, all you've got to do is just push the optimize button in UE4, and all the bugs are immediately fixed. Yeah, how does your game display non-Latin text-based languages? And watch them go, well, oh no. That's actually why a lot of companies that specialize in porting and translating, it's usually a lot more than just convert text into another language. Yup. See, Happy Pie, I would love that to be a thing. Sorry, Happy Pie was saying that we might see an auto game fixer in the future, using a neural network AI to look at your project, optimize and fix elements. The problem is, 9 times out of 10, game dev code isn't designed to be the most effective or the most efficient. It's get the job done in the time that you have. You would be amazed when it comes to video games how much stuff is incredibly hacked. Does it run? Yes. Does it cause bugs? No. Brilliant. Great. Punch it, Chewie. But also, a lot of the time, some of the most interesting things that we've seen in game development throughout the years have been the result of people just hacking the shit out of stuff and making it do things it was never meant to. So, yeah, if it works and it passes certification, then jobs are good. So, I mean, I would love for them to be an auto fixer. It would make a lot of friends' lives so much easier. And probably, you know, the old typos or rogue character issues could possibly be fixed, but I don't see there being a time when games will be constructed in such a standardized way as to have that work, because when you start digging into it, like, those games you see with a really interesting art style or something that really stands out, 9 times out of 10, they've made something do something it was never supposed to do, and it kept working, you know? Aldous, I do love that one. Sorry, Aldous was saying that one of their favourite ones is the Wing Commander games that crashed when you quit the game. So they fixed it by changing the error message from "it broke" to "thank you for playing." I love stuff like that. I mean, and it's a really exciting thing about our industry. Like, the more you dig into it, the more you find out about people that did cool and interesting stuff. I mean, a great, albeit a bit of a hyperbole example, is Star Fox, which should have been impossible, but a kid from the UK hacked the shit out of a Nintendo cartridge and made it do the 3D, thus starting a whole ass company. Oh yeah. I mean, Ehrman, we tricked a bunch of rocks into doing math for us so we could play freaking video games. Like, so you can't tell me it's not magic. We tricked rocks with lightning into playing video games for us. Oh. Yeah, Mega Boss. We put the lightning in specific rocks, and then we can look at other human peoples across the planet. That's pretty That's pretty metal. But okay, joking aside, like, this isn't a diss on Mark Brown. And honestly, I think as a medial deconstructor of video games, he's one of the better. And he's definitely a good person to point young game devs at to get them to start thinking more broadly with what the user gets out of the experience. You know, he's got a very analytical way of looking at art, which works very well in video games. And a really good way of breaking that down and presenting it to other people. I just used to get cheesed off when he'd suggest things like they were dead easy, and I'd be like, cool, that's 2 years of dev time for your offhand comment there, Mr. YouTube face. So I stopped watching his videos because it made me angry. But I'm going to be really fascinated to see what he creates, and guinea pigs are screaming at you. And I lost my train of thought there. Go me. I got interrupted by guinea pigs. Sing along with the nuggets. Oh. It is not currently couldn't possibly comment, Wolfcrad. But no, seriously, thank you all for the bits. Again, my apologies for yesterday. It was a feckin' disaster. But it's very good to be back. I missed you lot. Alright? Shocking as it is to say, I genuinely like doing this. I know. Weird. Oh. All I will say is, J-Post, thank you. Alright? I certainly do not deserve it at the moment. Very grateful. I will say, before we start getting on, and did we have a general consensus if we wanted to play the comedy game first and then Hades? Or do we want to just get into some hot gods in your local area? But one of the things that I do like is we're reaching this point now of like standardized game engines that can do so much. And it genuinely makes me happy. You know, between Unity, UE5, Game Maker, like, if you want to start making a game, you can do it today. Like, you don't have to pick up a how to C++ book and then learn how to craft your own game engine from fuck and all. Those days are gone. We are on the shoulders of giants now. Oh, we're split down the middle. Happy Pie, that's an interesting one.
This is a pissed off guinea pig.
He got his nails trimmed. Hey, Bobby, you're okay. You got crazy eyes. You're okay.
Amos, keep
Hey! Kestrel, how are you doing? What, ho friend? Hello, hello. Tina Turner raid! It still counts! Kestrel, how are you? How was your show? Tell me your tales. We're just trying to decide if we want to dabble in a parody comedy game before getting into Hades. So Happy Pie was asking us, do we have any memorable games come true moments? Like games that you wanted when you were younger and was like, wow, I wish this would come into the world someday. Let me have a ponder on that one. Because as a kid, I went through a whole spree of like writing concepts. I mean, I was a naive child who didn't understand how video games were made. But there used to be a service where game publishers would let you send them in game ideas. Which, I mean, looking back on it now, must have been infuriating. You know, you're a full-time game dev. You've spent hours of your day just, you know, designing how much potions are going to cost in a world. And some sweaty teenager's like, I think you should make a video game where all the robots have cool voices. Yeah, cheers. Great. Brilliant, mate. Good on ya. Oh, are you still enjoying the automation game? What is it called? Autonauts. Sorry, Kestrel was playing, if I believe correctly, a game called Autonauts, which is about teeny tiny robot automation systems where you have to make robots and then they do auto tasks and their goal is to make everybody happy. Don't think about the singularity. Don't think about the singularity. Because a very, very good friend of mine is working on that one. Okie dokie, loading. Oh, Kestrel said there was much coding and swearing. Yeah. I try not to do coding games in front of an audience, because it's not good. Like, Like typing games. I love them. I can play them. You don't want to watch me play them. It's not good. It's the opposite. It's bad. Oh. So I tell you what, friends. I'll set up a poll. We can decide what we want to do. I mean, we're playing Hades today. Whatever. It's just, do we want to faff around with the Looker first, or do we want to get straight into Hades? So I have a new poll. Okay. I can't spell comedy. Alright, and it gives me another like five minutes to chat with your good selves. Alright. Comedy game or speed to Hades? The comedy game in question is called The Looker. Or we go straight to Hades, which would be the only straight thing in Hades today. Alright. God. So that's an interesting one, Happy Pie, because I realise there are lots of projects that I'd like to take to market. And mostly because nobody's done them yet. You know, I hold no delusions of grandeur. I'm not some fucking genius alter sitting here being like, oh, well, no one else understands video games as well as I do. But there are still a few titles out there that no one's made. And, you know, I think about that a lot. But when it comes to those projects, I do find myself happy to see them exist. Do you know what I mean? I don't sit around being like, oh, well, it must be I, the genius, who comes up with this concept. If they come to market, they're brilliant, you know? No, Perios, shh. Welcome to quotes out of topic. Oh, also, whilst we're having a natter, friends, you got 4 hours left on the Capcom bundle, just in case you want to pick up those games for $20. If you'll forgive me for being a massive shield, yes, that is my partner link. I guess one of the ones that does spring to mind is... oh my god, it's not AI War. Oh, you heckin' bad word. It's an RTS FPS hybrid combo, and the sequel is ship-to-ship battles and space stations. And that's one that I definitely wanted to see ever since I played a game called Machines 1,000 years ago. Well, I haven't managed to pick up the sequel yet. No, not Savage. Savage was... I always had high hopes for it, but let's be honest. Oh. I also feel like Savage zigged when everyone else should have zagged on the whole early MOBA situation. I kind of feel a bit bad for them, because the game was very creative, but it went up against, like, OG Dota. God darn it, how am I blanking on this one? So, it's all robots. The original was an RTS FPS planet-side, and the follow-up, which I believe is still in early access, is ship-to-ship battles, where you build your own ships and stations. You can send in boarding parties, you can control your robots, etc., etc. Mainly because the whole FPS RTS hybrid is always something that I've been intrigued by, but very rarely has it worked. There are some games that have given you hero characters that you can actively control, but most of the time it's tactically better to just control everybody like a regular RTS. God darn it. See, I haven't picked up the sequel, which is why it's still on my wish list. But my wish list is very large. Oh, funny you should mention Demigod, Fearless. It got killed by piracy. They didn't introduce any piracy protection. And I remember the estimates at the time being that while they sold about, 15 to 20,000 copies at launch, they had like 250,000 people log into the servers week 1. So the entire company crashed and died. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring a downer on our conversation topic, but yeah, it was a really interesting concept that just got obliterated by piracy. Alright, I'm just gonna Google this bloody game. Executive Assault. God, that's a terrible fucking name. Executive Assault 2. That's the one game that definitely springs to mind when you say, title I wished had existed and now does, you know? Or I should say, game I would have made myself, but I'm glad somebody else made it. Yeah, managerial attack. Oversight assault. It's like, feckin' hell. Feckin' hell. Dude! No! Outside! Oh, I'm gonna have a meltdown today. Sorry about that, friends. Right. Hello. J-Post and Crux, thank you for throwing bits in. Like I said, at the moment, I absolutely do not deserve them because I was a fucking disaster yesterday. Okay. Well, on the plus side, friends, I had a look at the poll results, and we're gonna have a little pre-Hades nonsense. So we're gonna have a faff around on the Looker, and then we're gonna challenge Dirodar. Vanderbeast, thank you for filling the pint glass. I mean, Wolfgrad, they've all been feckin' days of late, and I'm doing much better than I was. Like, you all weren't there for the misery and booze weeks. The thing that I do want to say is, one, I'm very grateful to have you lot, and while, again...
Reactor online, sensors online, weapons online, all systems nominal.
What ho number 44 woo.
And Chrono, what ho indeed. What ho indeed. How are you doing, friend? 44 is still, like, the max that you can bust out. I'm sorry, that sounded really contrite. Friends, I'm really fucking grateful to have you lot. My... Okay. And it's officially train time. Alright. Alright. You know what? I'll kick it up a gear. Some action-packed train tunes. Not the usual Pokemons, but still. Cronus is doing good, putting stickers on the Torgies.
Let's not go on the hype train, 'tis a silly place. Oh feck it, let's scoot.
Bacon, thank you for the 200. Oh shit! J-Post, holy feck! Saw that one hit. And I saw J-Post taking the Yeldum on that one.
Let's jump the tracks.
You know what? Feck it. Let's multi-track drift this nonsense. I have chaos and carnage in my heart. I'm gonna do a drifty handbrake turn in a bloody train. Let's go. No, J-Post, thank you for 1,000 bits. Like, that's $10 to keeping us going. Thank you.
Hey, you deserve a few bits for what you have to put up with sometimes.
Well, thank you for the 200. And yes. Yes! Hello. But no, Bacon, J-Post, Fearless, Willing Outcast, Crux, all of you. Feckin' thank you. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be trying, Yeah. Yeah, Wolfgrad, you got shoved off the chair something fierce. I'm sorry, friends. I don't know what to say apart from just feckin' thank you, alright? I'm dead. Everything happens so much. Okay, I'm back. You little terror. Yeah.
No words, only chew.
As that, are we just gonna focus on the spirit of the train? God, why is everything happening so much today? Oh, wait, cool. So friends, well, I mean, okay, Eagle Lives, it is up to you if you want to talk to these lovely Mother Hubbards about what you're working on, or at least being able to say which one. But it's nice to see it get announced, yo. I'm kind of curious as to what Werther's on right now. But I don't think that's a thing that is being talked about or otherwise. But, like, the response seems to be really, really positive, so... Sorry, friends, I'm talking all around you. Well, Fearless, have a lovely rest of your day, and if we see you later, we'll probably be eyeballs deep into Hades. Alright, and by the powers invested in public transport, the train concludes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh shit!
4 reptilian heroes have overcome the arch villain Shredder.
Yo! I mean, that just did a massive amount of damage to J-Post's rule. Mega Boss just gifted out 7 subs to the crowd. From one boss to another, you got Hidden Boss, then Zenro, Boss Bobcat, that's 2 bosses. Hoffman, Zeke, Cheshire Gleam, and Glide Borealis. No, seriously, Megaboss, that's very kind of you, and thank you. Like...
Taking Jarl back.
Wolfcratch just decided that it's a battle for the Jarldom. I see. You wait until Megaboss struck with that assault House Carl style, and then you're like, whoop! Musical chairs, that nonsense.
Are you Wolf?
Wow. I mean, Ereman, thank you for 501 bits. Yeah, Ray, Wolfgrad's playing a completely different game than the rest of us today. No, but seriously, like, just thank you all. I've been a mess. And I don't say enough, like, how much I really fucking love doing this. So, like...
Forgot the default was 1000 horsepower.
Did you just say horsepower? Ereman, thank you kindly for throwing in 1,000. Yeah, you wrecked Wolfgrad there. And the overheal was like 1,500? It's like the more think it's like the more of the other person's health bar you crush at the end, or the more you go over, the more it stacks your health afterwards. I forget. Yeah, so Vanderbeest, thank you for filling the pint glass. It's nice to see house orders maintained. And you're right, Wraith. Apparently Jarls don't have health anymore, they just have horsepower. Should have known. It was always about speed. Okay. Alright, Danny, you're at... You're at 10. I need you at like a 6. There we go. I heckle music videos and then pause them to make me feel like I have some control over my life. How are you? Right.
That requires a test 69 horsepower.
That was nearly coffee out my nose. You're not gonna warn me before busting that one out? God damn it. But again, thank you for the bits, friend. Like, it's literally what keeps me alive, and I'm very grateful. Even if all my money goes on animals. Okay. So, circa the vote earlier, we're going to have a little jaunt through a weird indie game before we jump into Hades. Now, this is only going to be about like an hour or so. And this is called The Looker, which is just a straight-up parody of The Witness. And honestly, considering that Jonathan Blow's an arse, and I don't feel too bad indulging a little bit of the old poke, 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 lol, ruffle now. Okay, well, Megaboss, have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Sleep well, and thank you again, y'all. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if it's listed here. It is listed here. Now, the other thing, friends, is that if you want to play this game for yourself, it is free on Steam. And I don't know. I could do with some whimsical silliness before we start crushing Dad. Although it's worth saying, we're actually getting to the heat levels now where we start getting like the little extra challenge areas. I wonder if our rules of letting the purple nurples control our weapon select. But yes, alright friendos, without further ado, let's play something silly. Down Under Dwarf, have a lovely rest of your evening or day or human construct times to be continued. Please don't be super loud. Oh, yo!
Humble store purchase made for year 30,99.
Way cool! Again, whoever that was that's been using the Humble Bundle link today, like, seriously, thank you. Like... if you can't solve puzzles, be smarter and try again. And I just saw the tip. If you want to do a double front Arabian flip, press the double Arabian flip button. Oh! That one was scathing. If you want to succeed in the games industry, ape a developer's cherished creation. Ah! Pressing the shift key will walk faster. Well, Alnus, we're about to find out. Left click while up close to a puzzle to perform a glory kill. Oh, and Jackie picked up RimWorld. Nice. Good choice. Press the double Arabian front flip button to perform a double Arabian front flip. I'm going to try and read this in as clipped to British as I can. Yes, walk faster, not run. If you can't solve a puzzle, be smarter and try again. And this one, this game contains many literary allusions. Without a broad classical education, it will seem stupid. Ooh. Alright, I do have to use the mouse and keyboard for this one though, so I'm going to try not to flip my head around. And then once we're done with this, which will only take about like an hour and change, then we're jumping back into Hades. Please don't be super loud. Please don't blow my ears out the back of my face. And to a smallest waffle, what ho friend? Hello, hello. Okay. Yeah, I'm running the wrong way first. Wait.
Give me those samples, just purchased royalty-free EDM and more. Game design, music and audio FX plugins for $30.
Hey, whoever that was, thank you kindly. Hopefully it's useful. No, sorry. I was such a feckin' mess yesterday, and I do worry today that I'm just like, hey, it's me showing up again after being a disaster. What's up, my dudes? You know? Like, you lot keep me alive and make it so I can look after this little menagerie here, so like, I'm really grateful for that, and I am sorry when I end up spinning out sometimes. But thank you, and I fear that I'll reach a point where it sounds contrite like I expect it, you know? Anyway, let's see what the bleep bloops are about. Ammo, health. Solve to delete save file. I'll tell you what, I'll grab the extra ammo now. There we go. And I don't think we get an overheal, but that should mean we have some additional missiles when it comes to fighting the Cyber Demon Lord. Oh, would you look at that? It's a wee fancy puzzle. Yeah, Fred, I could have just stayed in the 8-bit area for the rest of the day. Back your puzzles! And Biggs, what, oh friend? Oh, Alnus, the TTP in this is like sub-seconds. Like, this has got neon white tier. Thank you, Wolfcrad. I'm glad someone's paying attention to how smart I am. Oh, see, this one goes backwards. Ah. But yeah, Biggs, how are you doing, friend? The old classic. Oh, it's so complicated. Oh, I'm solving puzzles with my giant brain. I'm so smart. Oh, way cool. Willing Out Card says, so is this Poundland the witness? It isn't, but that is the best description. Hint button.
Go on, get... Don't look at me. Can you hear me? I'm nothing but a rusty chunk of steel. You don't want nothing to do with me. All right. I'll tell you my story. It was June the 8th, 1947, gray morning, slightly foggy. I had my own practice then, and I was living higher than a cosmonaut on a stepladder. My hints were subtle, too, real subtle. Back then, they said, good old hint button. His hints could steal the tail off a weasel. And they tossed me in the can. Know what, no, I know how. Those were the mean times. With all the common sense in the world, one make a nickel to buy you a black coffee. I used rope to tie my pants, and pants to tie my shoes. I made do the way a man does. Till one day, after stealing the socks off a fireplace, I caught my own look in a puddle of bootleg rye and realized I had to do what I'd never done before. I gave myself a hint. So that's me. I was nothing but a downtown crumb who dreamed of being a whole sandwich. Now I'm just another sloppy Joe. Come back when you got something.
This game is a treasure. And Catastros, have a lovely rest of your evening. Pondius, you can see why I wanted to play this with you all, right? Oh, here's a fancy hint button.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yay!
This is all you. Yeah, keep trying. Yeah, there's a trick to it, but you've got it. Yeah, maybe you can't do it. Maybe you're weak. Maybe you're stupid. You should be embarrassed, but you keep crawling back like a mewling calf at my chafing teat. Pathetic.
The hint button's starting to heckle me.
You can do it.
And Sage Bell, how are you doing today? We're getting into a wee spot of mischief. We are going to be playing Hades in just a bit. I just wanted to have like a little faff around on this. There's a tiny... what if there's a tiny little start and stop hidden in there? This is called the Looker, and it is a absolute straight up piss take out of The Witness. And oh, what's this?
Kubla Khan received an ornate letter signed by Marco Polo. In Madrid, city of lost things, no item remains where it was set. If one drops his key in the dirt, he may never re-enter his home, and even if he manages to stoop and recover the key, he may rise to find a tulip garden where his house once stood. In complementary fashion, things lost by others are forever turning up. A pocket watch on a coffee table, a fond memory in recollection. I even know of a prince who turned up in a prison cell. When he appealed to the guards for his release, he failed to find the crown on his head, and when he was asked his name, he searched his thoughts, but could not find it. Indeed, the only hope now for the release of this prince of Spain is for you to send back 300 ducats for his release. Of course, he will reward you handsomely once he is out. Yours truly, Marco. Kubla Khan cocked an eyebrow and declared before his court, "Hey everyone, looks like we're about to get ripped off by the guy who traded gold for paper." The court erupted in booming laughter. Italo Calvino, Invisible Cities 2, this time it's visible.
Wow! Willing Outcast, this game's free. It's free. This is no money. Nah, I can't draw on the sun. Yeah, that was Marco Polo sending a Nigerian prince scam. God. Can you understand now why I wanted to play this with you all? Because I was looking at it last night, I was like, oh, I really want to give this a run, but I don't want to do it without you lot. Sometimes I have good ideas. And Ezekiel, how are you doing, friend? We're playing the Looker before we get into Hades proper. It is a little parody game based on The Witness, and it's already feckin' funny. Where are my puzzles? There's a lot of fancy cubes. The end is never the end, is never the end. Stanley came across a great big puzzle. This was confusing to Stanley as he was not in a puzzle game.
Through many births, I have wandered on and on, searching for, but never finding, a better deal than 0% APR on certified pre-owned vehicles. For trucks tougher than Marine, come to Mike's Pre-Owned. Get things done.
Fuck you, game! I'm fine. I just inhaled some of my coffee. I'll try. Oh. I'll try not to die before fucking Hades. Oh. I'm gonna get beaten by a video game today. Oh, my fucking life. Oh. My fucking life. Oh. Oh. I was informed there would be a double front flip button. Oh. wonder where that is. Oh, excuse me, friends. Sorry. I'm gonna find some more of these bloody puzzles. Just over here dying slowly. Sup, hit button.
Come back when you got a good one.
Okay, can't draw on the chess pieces. Didn't think I'd actually have to be... Oh, excuse me. I didn't think I'd have to be actually paying attention. So, Hillian! We're playing a game called The Looker. Now, this is a short comedy puzzle game. And after that, we're going to be jumping into Hades proper. But I wanted to play this with all of yous. And so that's what we're doing. Oh. That's not going to stop being funny for me. Ooh. Okay. Being crafty. Does everyone have start and end on them? Yo! I did a smart! Oh. Well, Clank, that's lovely of you to say. I mean, yesterday was going to be a bit more chaotic than usual, and, like, it's nice to be in a position where we're doing well. You know, the Anacrusis are sponsoring us every week to show off a game that I genuinely want to support, which is great. But, like, with Hades being such a long play and Sea of Thieves being tons of fun, like, you all seem to be really enjoying, like, playing and watching Sea of Thieves. So, feckin' great. But yeah, we haven't had enough time to just do weird shit like this. So that's what we're doing. Weird stuff. Like... Z's... Actually gotta stop paying attention. Oh, shit the bed. And also, Clank, thank you for the bits, friend. Do feel bad that basically just spun out yesterday. Oh, pea balls and bin bags. Took that wrong turning. Now I've actually got to, like, not cheat at some of these. You're right, Chrono, I should just use the fill tool. So where is the end? It's never the end, is never the end. It's never the end. Oh. Full loop.
Beep. 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 You're right there. I mean, beep. 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 Come on, beep. 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 Yes, beep. 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 Yes.
There we go. You'll have to lament at my hardware. Not my hardware, my handwriting. I'm going to stop and breathe for a second. How about because I'm in to beep? Look at me, I can colour inside the lines and solve puzzles! Also beep. Beep space 9. Damn it! That's a good one. Alright, we got 2 of the 4 tendrils. Yeah, I think you lot were right with this one. See, Wolfcrat, I think you're right that the chessboard is a puzzle. I just can't seem to find where to kick it off. Because there's this book here. And then we got this wee shield. It does look like the setup. Let's see if those stairs gets back up anywhere. Oh, S to E. Oh, so Biggs, I think that's what we get. If we can get up to that gazebo, then we can look at the chessboard from above and then solve from there. Now, where's that cheeky E? There it is. Darn it. There's also a giant E on one of the walls. Is there? Oh! The E in... Yeah. Good at math. I will at this point be answering questions on how my genius intellect then solved that puzzle. So, I cannot draw nipples on the armor. Oh. Oh, I don't like this. Oh no. Look away, friends. Look away. I'm gonna look behind me. Oh. Huh. Was actually the way we needed to go. Yep. I was expecting sudden Dread X, but no. Oh! That's... I've got a gun! Oh! Fuck you! Yeah, it is a... Expensive, please do not scratch. Thank you. Job's done. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Can we write on that sign? Because it said... no. The ultimate puzzle solver, a 12 gauge. I'm just reminded of old Resident Evil being like, no, you can't possibly open this tiny rickety-ass gate. But I've got a gun. Also, I'm not drinking anything while we listen to this. I've learned my lesson.
Imagine gravity is fractal, because light is just a wave and gravity is just a wave. So imagine there's a big piece of glass that splits up gravity like a prism, so that there's like blue gravity and yellow gravity, and then somebody gets hit by the red gravity, and it makes them super heavy, so they have super strength, but like they're also really slow. And another guy gets hit by microwave gravity, so he's trying to zap everybody, and just when he's about to zap the main guy, we see a lady come out, and she turns out to be Ultraviolet Girl, and she has super speed, so she beats him. And it, like, also gave her giant cans. Thomas Pynchon, Gravity's Rainbow.
Couldn't make this shit up. River!
That's very original. No, try putting some more loops on it. I like it, but it's also kind of too red. It simply must have more loops.
Fine, we'll loop it.
Could you, draw less?
I mean, Wolfcrat, I was trying. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It just needs more red, I think. Try adding some more, stuff. This isn't the MoMA. We can afford more loops.
I'm getting heckled. I'm getting heckled. Oh, I think we've got to fill up the waste paper bin.
Minimalism is a neoliberal crutch. You need to paint more.
Wow.
Now you have too many loops.
How did he know?
I can tell you're trying to say something about capitalism, but do it with more loops.
No, you know what, friends? I'm just gonna stop the stream. Video games have just been won. Video games have been won. Here we go.
Not having loops is very outdated. Read Hegel. You need more loops. Your line needs more loops. You need more loops.
Yeah. Hades are just gonna have to start handing back all those awards that they won. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. I mean,
Having
actually...
paint at the edge of the canvas makes you look desperate. Try again.
Joke's on you.
It's not a fur coat. Stop dumping paint on it.
Is this the core game?
Your line needs more loops.
You're right, Vanderbeest. This is the core gameplay loop.
You need more loops.
Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. Hey! Chrono got it! I thought the guy was just giving me shit. I thought the goal was to fill up the bin with, like, wasted ideas. But no, we just had to get those 3 loops going. Okay, if this is like a Baldy fever dream, I will be both stoked and impressed. Well now. Someone's being fancy. I'm going down to the dock. Oh. Oh no.
A ship owner was about to send to sea a venerable old ship. He knew that her barnacled hull, however, had often needed repairs, and doubts were suggested to him that possibly she was not seaworthy. The conscientious old captain thought at once to have her thoroughly refitted, even though it should put him at great expense. Before the ship sailed, however, he managed to stifle these bothersome misgivings, and said to himself that she had gone safely through so many voyages that it was idle to suppose that this trip should be any different. He put his trust in Providence, and banished from his mind all ungenerous suspicions about the honesty of the ship's builders, and in such ways he acquired a sincere and comfortable conviction that his vessel was altogether safe and seaworthy. He watched her departure with a light heart, encouraging the crew to dream of the profits that this voyage would return. And he got his insurance money when she went down in mid-ocean and told no tales. What shall we say of him? Surely this, that his belief in the safety of his ship was justified because it was grounded in repeated practical experimentation rather than the hubris of rationalistic a priori belief. It is admitted that he put his confidence in the builders of this vessel, but even this confidence was misplaced, for these were the selfsame charlatans who sought to sell him gratuitous repairs later on, and Big Ship is always trying to get one over on the little guy. Further, we may see that the ship is religion, and the shipwright is Richard Dawkins. The crewmates are empiricism, and the barnacles are Neoplatonism, and the captain of that ship was Albert Einstein.
Fucking
what the hell
wit!
was I talking about?
Yo. Is there anything that I can say that this game is not already just... Oh. Fucking you! Alright. Ah, yes, good. Can't have a puzzle game without a quest board. And we're back on Sea of Thieves. Oh shit, it's actually firing where I'm aiming. Where I'm looking. Okay, that's actually impressive. Yay! That's one down! Get fucked on! Ah! Yeah, one down, two bells, two down, two bells! Oh, cracking long shot! Two bells! Oh! I will say, I don't know if it sounds coming across, but it's actually a really satisfying cannon to sync noise. Boof! Wait, did we solve a puzzle or are we just killing things now? Don't know if I can get the island. I think we might be the baddies. Aha, the door to the gardens. Snake. And a shufflebrook. Oh shit, I gotta turn these power lines on. We gotta get some mischief going. Miyaki Sakura, how are you doing? Watto and welcome. I don't even know how to explain this game. Just get a cup of tea if you need it. We will be playing Hades later today. But I just wanted to take a little spot of time out to have a play around with this. And yeah. Yeah. Try these. So Crux, this game is called The Looker. And it's surprisingly thought out. Like, I was led to believe we were just going for a straight out and out parody of The Witness. This game's sharp. Why can't I work out this puzzle? What the hell is wrong with me? In true video games fashion. I did just sink a bunch of pirate ships. I feel a little bit bad. Well, Miyaki Sakura, here's hoping that all gets sorted. start to south. Then east to end. And it's not like we just need to connect all of them. Can we launch a cannonball at the puzzle? I don't know. Last time we encountered this one, we got a shotgun. I'm going to see what mischief we can enact with these cannons. Doesn't seem to be too much, aside from blowing the crap out of some pirates. I mean, that's the only part of the island we can hit. Back your couch! Eh. One line that connects all four. Darn it, it worked before. Oh, you know what? Smallest waffle, that's not a bad shout. Can we draw on the rangefinder from below? Ah, not quite. Good shout, though. And yeah, I don't doubt we could look down on the chessboard. We just need to find the slot to do it from. Like, so far I am genuinely entertained with this. Which I was not expecting, friends. Oh! I'm being an idiot. We can go further upstairs in the art room. Yo, Smallest Waffle, here's the thing. From what I saw, I expected this to be far more direct and mimetic. But this is incredibly well made. Like, I was just here for the piss taking, and we've actually gotten a really good game, so... Uh-oh.
The notion of two realities is uncomfortable, and in recent decades a genuine effort has been made to find the link between quantum and classical, so that we can have a single reality whose laws and rules are united at some deeper level. This brings us back to prayers. Let's say that a prayer is a classical event, or feels like one. You, a unique individual, have a particular request, which you voice in words that no one else is speaking at that instant. What if this classical event gets processed at a non-local level? The notion isn't far-fetched, because it seems that the mind-body link does consist of fluctuations at the quantum level. If this is so, then any thought, not just a prayer, has quantum implications. Deepak Chopra, A Spiritual Mystery. Does God Listen to Prayers? Part 2.
Huh. I think that's just a... Ah!
Oh, God. Oh, why did I do that? Oh.
That was not smart! Ah! Oh, there's the E. But I can't draw on it yet. Yeah, Eternal Cinder, I did that to me. I will say the one thing it's very clear about is what we can and can't draw on, which I'm very grateful for.
The sun is a deadly space laser. Do not look directly at the laser with the remaining eye.
Also, does anyone have a spare eye patch I can borrow? So there's the chessboard, but I feel like we need the gazebo to see that one proper. Yeah, we'll swing past Leshy, see if we've got a spare eye kicking around. Alright, this is the one I cannot work out. There's either like an additional element to it, or I'm just being a monstrous stupid. Which aren't mutually exclusive, let's be honest. Zadok, this is very funny. And very well made. Alright. Start to E, then S to end, don't touch. Oh, okay. Thank you! Squad brute force that one.
You can only get good at chess if you love the game. Grandmaster Bobby Fischer. I hate chess. I hate chess. I hate chess. World champion Bobby Fischer.
Bravo! Alright. So this is definitely some chess theory nonsense. One of these is the winning move. And that's the one we need to connect. Now, we can brute force it by just guessing them, but I wonder if any of you know chess theory and want to have a crack at the actual proper answer. Oh, but yeah, so Zadok and those who just joined us, this is the Looker. We're having a little trundle through this before we jump into Hades, because it's just a short, free comedy game on Steam, doing this whole parody of The Witness. And again, considering as Jonathan Blow's a grumble face, it's nice to be able to harp on it. But this has gone kind of... This has gone kind of a step beyond what it needed to, which is interesting. And Chrono's saying that those are real quotes. So bottom right to top right. Well, then the only connector is then these. Oh! It was the pieces we were looking at to then set up the situation. So was that doing anything or what? I guess we solved it. Did we manage to get enough power going down towards where we need to be? Let's go find out. No, so we still haven't gotten power down to here. But let's go check the chessboard from here. Vanderbeest, I've been repeatedly trying to find the haha! I've been repeatedly trying to find the double front flip button, and I have not yet. Bango, bango. So I think this gets us out. Is it just that? Yup, alright. Oh. Welcome to Salty Captain Sammy's Kids Menu. Alright, friends, what do you want? Yo! Okay, the pulled pork long wrap is only $6. So we've got deluxe mac, chicken tendies, chicken nuggies, tuna pizza. Trust me, don't. Tofu crab crumble. Oh. Jumbo corn dog. The pulled pork long wrap and the calamari burger. Alright, so Ray's getting tendies. Alright. Give me your orders now. I'll ask when the waiter comes along. And the crab says, "Hey there, I live in the ocean, but I can't get through a maze. Can you help me?" Oh, and you will get a beverage and a fruit cup as well, just so you know. Alright, I think we're just getting a bunch of tendies and chicken nuggies. Alright. No! Perios is like, "I'll take the tuna pizza. I want to savor the smell." No, please. It's not worth it. Like, that's the kids' meal equivalent of the... I have no opponents. I'm just winning. Just winning across the board. We're gonna eat Twitter. Well, I would be thinking that next time we go for like a feckin' fried chicken meal or something. What are you doing today? Consuming Twitter. Alright. Like, why does this feel like it's more than just solve the baby maze? Like the baby's maze for babies. No, just a maze for babies. Alright, let's see if the rusty tip button is going to give us any more.
I'll tell you this. When life hauls off and hits me square in the speaker, I don't get mad and I don't give up. Over many nights of thinking hard and drinking hard, up till the morning lighting one cup of joe with the smoldering butt of the last slug of rum, this is what I learned. When you're up against the impossible and there's no getting through it, you might just have to go around it. Get a look at the back of the box, if you get me. Read the nutrition facts, if you follow.
We actually worked that one out by ourselves. Conman Cap, what ho, friend? Do you know what? Just welcome to the party. It's going to get weirder. It's not actually going to get any more sensical. Should we go for a tour around the gardens? Take a spin round these adventures. Get lost in a maze. Blow the shit out of some more pirates. Where are the... No, they are dead. No, not even nary a corpse to be found. Alright, if any of you want to start playing the Adventure Line music, now is the time. Bum ba da dum ba dum ba dum bum ba da dum ba dum ba. This is the point in the conversation where usually someone feels the need to bring up what's the difference between like a maze and a labyrinth. Okay, if this feckin' statue grabs this, I will scream. Hey!
The answer to that is easy. David Bowie.
Did he just give me the bad noise? People on the streets. Let it beat up. No, Crux, thank you for the 200 bits. And I'm disappointed in myself at how long it took me to get that, but... We've all been there. Oh, wet! Cool. This makes all the sense. I feel like I'm supposed to be paying a lot of attention here. And I'm just colouring it in. Like a jumped up child on sugar. Creepy ass nonsense. But it doesn't... I don't rightly know, friends. I don't know if we did good there. I don't know if we did bad. Let's see if we can get to that feckin' cottage. Excuse me, I'm here for some free biscuits. Bust out the good tea. Linda! Linda! Let me in! Linda! I'm here for the biscuits! Have some decorum, please. Which means we're going to come at it from this angle. Alan! 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 Oh, Lynn, have pierced me foot on a spike. Spent a large proportion of time using DALL-E to make weird images of Alan Partridge. And sadly, none of them have captured the pure chaos that I've been trying. Actually, I don't know if we can. Huh. So the central point is all sorted. We still need to find a way to score power out of all of this. We solved all the chest nonsense.
This castle's rotten. From start to end.
Anything more useful, Mr. Hint?
Red is the color of passion, kid. And you don't let passions mix. Like the curves on the waist of a first-class dame and the curves on a bathtub of second-class hooch. If you let two of those curves touch, kid, then God's gotta help you, 'cause I'll be counting teeth in the trunk of a Chrysler.
Alright. Yeah, you're right. There's the giant E. See if I can align it with the S. Oh no, that's the ghost halls. But so far I haven't had like a good like above angle. Yo, I didn't think we'd actually be getting into the full-on puzzle solviness of this. But I don't know about you, I'm kind of invested. Not gonna lie. So we did everything with cannons. Yo, I think we gotta try heading up the other set of crenellations. Maybe our shenanigans have opened up a way this way, which would be lovely. The answer is they have not. Bastards. Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. I was expecting a lot more, like, terrible, terrible parody humor than actually going for it. And I feel like to... Alright, hint button. Help us out here. You're our chain-smoking source of wisdom.
Just keep on practicing. Remember, kid, practice is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's coming from Einstein, too, so listen sharp.
That's an important quote, and absolutely not butchered.
Back when you got a good one.
I'm trying! No! I And did any other chess pieces get knocked over? Sorry, I'm doing the old Chumbawamba check, you know. Did they get knocked down? Do we have to put them back up again? We solved the nonsense puzzles in the center here. So I guess the question is, like, can we get to the... Like, can we get to the cottage? And if so, can we get in? Kind of keeping like a hawk eye on any shrubbery which might allow us to move through the realms. Hey Shift says, if anyone speedruns this game, they want to ask him if they can name something in the game the Chumbawamba check. But the fact that Chumbawamba isn't discussed more in speedrunning communities is a great failing of us, of video games as a culture. And it is something that, had I won the video games industry on Saturday, I would have addressed under the flag of Devolver. But sadly, I did not win. Friends, if you didn't see the entries from the feckin' Gundam contest on Saturday, you missed out. Holy shit, they were good. I'm still blown away. Okay. Alright, it does look like if there's a path through, it's not something we have access to yet. So Imperius was asking, random game dev question, how hard would it be to set up a multi-use grappling hook for a game? I.e. grab person, grab wall, grab thing. It depends on the game engine. Weirdly, a lot of 3D engines used to have a grappling hook as kind of like a standard out-of-the-box feature, because it was a really good way to indicate that your game had solid... I'm not missing anything obvious out here. It was a very good way to demonstrate that your game had, like, changeable or movable physics. But I don't know if that's still the case. Like, it would not surprise me if UE4 and UE5 have a grappling hook kind of built in. If that makes sense. No, I'm not talking to regular hint button. Regular hint button's mean. Okay. So we explored the maze. So yeah, it really is this last little corner tower that I want to get into. Because above here is where we need to get the power to. Okay. Okay, so, Monokari, you're right, but we need to get the power to Snek to be able to play it. And the power coming from through here, which is coming from that corner, the corner castle turret. That big Mahusive one there, which I can't get into right now. So I might try heading back through the art room where I burned my eyes with the feckin' telescope. Because the thing with the courtyard, you see that little square up there? I think that's the one where we'll be using the giant E and stuff like that. Alnus, there wasn't anything to interact with on the notice board, but I can give it another skim. Because, like, what we need is, like, this door open. Okay, so I'm not going completely doolally tap. That is actually outside of the map area, so there isn't a way to get in to see the little cottage just yet. Alright, so I just got very distracted there. I know, shocking. And you'd think if I could... Hang on. Yeah, I want to be able to turn the solar panel. Question is, how do we do it? And Eternal Cinder? What, ho friend? Hello, hello. You're right, I could just try burning out my other eye. There's always a... Yeah, it's not letting me draw on there just yet. Yeah, so the weird creepy breathing is me trying to draw in the space. Sadly, it's not letting me connect sun and earth, which would make sense. And there doesn't seem to be anything I can do or draw with on these crystals. It feels like I should be able to move this to do something, you know? Da-na-na-na-na. I got brain food! I got leftover spaghetti. Drawing the power cable. It's not letting me on this one. I didn't think this would have any, like, actual, like, head scratches. God, I'm looking forward to Hades after this, so I won't have to use my damn brain. This was meant to be a joke video game, but it turned out to be pretty good. Oh, you optimistic little bad words. You are not getting any spaghetti. Okay. And sadly, we've lost our super shotgun. All right. There's no squiggly faces to be drawn on the floor. Yeah. What's it, Wraith? I'm kind of committed now because, yeah, those early puzzles where it's like you just go around the edge and it makes you think you're the smartest person alive. And now it's actually throwing real puzzles at us. But considering how self-aware this game's been, I feel it's legit to kind of almost take a little bit of the bizarre moon logic, you know? So we need to get across that way. Can't draw on the paintings. There isn't a controls menu. So far it's just been click, and that's about it. That would be interesting if we needed the beacon to power the solar panel, despite the sun being right the feck there. That would definitely be a quaint jab. Sadly, it won't let me draw on the sun, which is shenanigans. I'm missing something. I'm missing something super obvious. Yeah, I can't draw on the sun. Worst game. 0 out of 10. Crux saying, I clearly need to look at the sun with a telescope again. I do, but it won't let me. That is power beyond even my considerable weight. I mean, the only thing I got with the hedge maze was a Chivo. Yeah, we solved all the pages in the Great Book, according to our Chivos. I mean, there's a part of me that really hopes this isn't the answer. But what if they've gone super meta and created an unsolvable puzzle? Oh no, Shackle, welcome to the bonus levels. No, we just started playing The Looker as a parody of The Witness, and it's really good. No, sadly, nothing can be doing at the Vine. Alright, so Eternal Cinder, I'll head back into the maze. We'll see if there's something we can do with the two... Oh, God. Back through the spooky maze. Oh. We'll see if there's anything we can do with the two statues. Alright, Wolfcrad, have excellent sleeps. Thank you for coming to hang out. And yeah, we'll be back in... Well, back in Cassida Hades shortly. No, I didn't think there was anything else apart from the... Oh! We did miss something.
Not only is the novice unable to perceive the board as the master does, but the master cannot perceive the board as the novice does. A master cannot see the bishop on e3 as a chunk of dead wood, any more than you can look at your best friend's face and see a meaningless matrix of colors and shapes. The master once saw the board like this, but now there is no going back. International Master Stuart Rachel's The Reviled Art.
That's just a great quote. I mean, considering what this game was aiming for to start with, and the fact that we're actually getting some weight to it is impressive and a little scary. Not gonna lie. Like, I think this whole cannon section was just for shits and giggles. I thought maybe we could, like, slice it sideways and shoot out the side of the maze, but no. Do we want to have somebody look up the answer for us? So we're, I don't want to steal your entire Wednesday on me throwing my face against puzzles. It's one of the reasons why I think we streamed The Witness for a little bit, and then I went, yeah. Darius like, plot twist, you use the cannons to destroy your only way off the island. Yeah, that would be my luck. So yeah. Hang on, I gotta go this way. Yeah, I'm gonna go down by the cannons. We'll go recheck the statues in the maze, and we'll see if anything comes of that. I like how they very carefully make it so we can't shoot ourselves with a cannon. Also, still got the adventure music playing in my head basically on loop. Though if it turns out this is a Crows production, I will not be surprised. I reserve the right to scream a little bit, you know, incoherently. But, you know, that's just a contractual thing, you know? Alan says, checking on the sign on Sneck, you can do something. Okay. Currently, the Sneck machine's not powered, which is why I've been avoiding it ever so slightly, but I'm happy to be, I am fine with being wrong, dear friends. Alright, so, Statueman. Booty to skirt, nothing to do. Books, books, books. Books, books, books. Alright, so this was the Book of Great Puzzles. Statue lass, statue lass. Okay. To Guntech, Watto and welcome. Alright. Yeah, well the S for shield's a good shout, it's not letting me draw on him. Which is quite nice in terms of like reaction to controls. I'm not saying by any means that The Witness is a bad game, but I do think that it gets away with a lot of things by having a non-responsive, at times, control scheme. Like, you have to have spent a lot of time with that game to know when you're affecting the world and when you're not. Anyway, who's up for a rousing game of Sneck? Not Snake, no, no, no. Thank you! Snake rules apply. Always fold. Fuck. always be folding. And do your best not to create impassable walls. Yeah, I know. Maximum pro tier snake tips from pretty much anyone that owned a Nokia phone back in the day. Fuck! See, I was going to say, Wraith, you can play the Witness with one hand, so you can be wrong twice as fast. Doing that on purpose now. I can't believe I'm actually having to bust out snake skills for this. So Eternal Cinder, if we just colour everything in, we can't move the line between the two because it only counts the red, but it takes our previous entries and makes it part of the terrain, if you will. Fuck! It's really feckin' hard. Actually, Durry, I wonder if you're just right. Like, maybe I've been, once again, overthinking this. Because I'll do it. Durry, I'll feckin' do it. No! No! I'll kill screen this Mother Hubbard. I do not give a heck.
Would this have been better as a math puzzle? Snakes and others.
God darn it. Puns, how in the hot heck are you doing, friend? Yeah, no, and Eternal Cinder, you did say that as well, sorry. God, I'm just not batting for 1,000 these days. I didn't realise this parody puzzle game would actually make me do the puzzly part. I'm just gonna make sure there's no space for it to escape. All those years of having to re-edit other people's pixel art is finally paying off. Because before it was Salty Bet, it was just Mugen. Someone must pay for this. Today, friends, you will witness a murder. It's me. I am the murderer. How many of these feckin' snakes do I have to do? And you'll get to watch me unravel in real time. It's great, it's great, it's wonderful, I love it. I love it so much. Just, I can't believe I spent the entire time filling up the whole ass screen and it goes, haha, no. I'm still blaming Jonathan Blow for all of this. See, what am I supposed to do with that? Why did the pellets spawn inside the wall? Because feck me, that's why. You're right, the spawns don't seem to change. It's just... I feel it's mocking me. Yes! Fuck you, Snake! Fuck you! Set that machine on fire. Ah, sweet mercy in a glass. Ponytail. Thanks a lot, Mac. Edition. No! Ah! Oh, feck you. Ah! This is really feckin' hard! This game is looking to hurt me. I feel like that's doing something. So Red Burning Dragon, and those of you who just joined us, we are getting into Hades. We're just playing a game called The Looker, a parody comedy game of The Witness, which has ended up being so good. Oh! It reverses it when we solve it. Feckin' snake. There we go. I have no idea what's going on. Oh! What are you doing, Tiny Prism? What is happening? Congratulations to those of you who called it on the beacon puzzle. Like, feckin' you! Alright. Gotta kind of Pac-Man this. Piss! Then God, I've actually got to think about this nonsense now. Apparently I'm getting shaky ass hands. Alright. Alright. I wonder if it's the old 1, 2, 3 maneuver. Hit the moon. Then the 2 purple nurples. Ah! Maybe we're supposed to be avoiding something here. I don't know! Heck you, laser. We must be coming towards the end of this, because I know it's not a super duper long experience. Ah. I wonder if it's just to touch none of them. Nope. And Volcanar again. It's free, it's on Steam, you can give it a run. It's fucking hilarious. Just... Alright, so we did none. Now let's just do the moon. So feck everybody who's not the moon. Alright. So there's an order to these bad words. The question is, what is that order? I suppose any of you all are going to be kind enough to just feckin' tell me, are you? No? No? Didn't think so. Honestly, friends, I didn't think I'd be getting into this as much. Like, it's actually getting some head scratches out of me. Because, like, the puzzles out in the maze were just nonsense puzzles. So what have we got? Arrow, egg timer, fire, moon, crosshairs, and a bell. You're right, it could be something as simple as not crossing over the lines. So let me see if I can just cleanly do this. Nice and calm, nice and careful. Piss! No! No breathing! Only violence! And puzzles!
I mean, is it usually how you solve a maze? Just draw straight over the lines?
Fuck! No, Eternal Cinder, you're probably right. I just got to work out what the order is. So let's start with the old 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do 3, 2, 1. And if it's neither of those, then, well, we'll just work it out. So first things first. So 1. Two. Shit, 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 shit. Alright, I think I just biffed it. Yeah, line doesn't even connect. So Alnus, they are the same symbols in the book, but the symbols in the book had no rhyme or logic to them. It was just make sure you connect them. But yeah, going 1, 2, 3 is very hard. Man, this is actually tricky. This is actually challenging. Oh, lordy, lordy. Do we need to alternate the colours? Like... Hey, did I try doing it without touching any of them? That feels like the kind of snark that this game would throw at us. Nah, fair. You know what? It's a purple background, so let's give that a go. Purple only. Do we need to return to the book? Because the book had a lot more different colours and a lot more different shapes. Alright, is this going to be one of those forehead slappers? Or is this, much like the silly beacon lighting the solar panel, is this purposefully weird and obtuse? You know what? I hadn't just tried opening the door. I'm going to go ask our smoky hit button. Just gives me a breather from the infinite hum of the beacon. And smoky button's got it. Oh, can we just fall off here? No. Greetings to you, smoky button. But at this point, I might just say if someone wants to go have a look at one of the guides or something, we'll just go from there. We've done our time with this.
I'll tell you this. When life hauls off and hits me square in the speaker, I don't get mad and I don't give up. Over many nights of thinking hard and drinking hard, up till the morning lighting one cup of joe with the smoldering butt of the last slug of rum, this is what I learned. When you're up against the impossible, and there's no getting through it, you might just have to go around it. Get a look at the back of the box, if you get me. Read the nutrition facts, if and you follow.
Wait. Is it on the back of the feckin'... Now, the question is that the stand for it? Or are those the details? Okay, so Aperios, like, thank you for having a look. Alright, I apologize, friends, you were all right. It was the path that had been taught to us during the maze. But the thing was, I just did what made sense in the maze. I never even thought about the organization of the different shapes. So what you saw me do earlier was just brute force the whole bloody thing. By pure dumb luck. So it was moon, pointy arrow. So, moon, pointy arrow, hourglass, shield, curved arrow, then pointy thing. All right. Because sometimes, friends, success is not the same as victory. Wait! Moon! Pointy arrow! Wait, no. Curved arrow. No, I did. Moon, pointy arrow, hourglass shield, pointy shape. Right? Right? Wee moon. Right. Hourglass. Wait, no. No. Pointy arrow. Oh, the shield and the hourglass are backwards. Okay, so it's moon, shield, pointy, arrow, feck. So we start with the moon. So moon. So moon to pointy arrow. Then shield, then hourglass. Oh, crud, that's going to be tricky, but not impossible. Then after that, it's round arrow into three-prong thingy, and we out. Chewie. Oh, thank the fecking stars. Salin, Aperios, all of you, thank you. I did not want to have to drag that out any further. Okay. Oh. Alright, alright. Now then. Aha! That's where the book and the shield came in. What do we do from this side? Aha! I see it! I see it! Bum ba da dum ba dum ba da. No! Fuck! That was a right click when I should have left clicked scenario. No one tell Rocco. Rocco doesn't need to know that I'm still making dumb post diesel fuel mistakes. But no, seriously, when did this become a legit puzzle game? Alright.
The obelisk of knowledge. The obelisk of knowledge. Shieland Wixelbite. What's the stones of reflection? Oh wait, it's a giant cow.
Fuck you, game! Bradley! Bradley, come down here! Explain yourself! Bradley Lovell, did you just unleash a 2 hour 20 TTP? You bastard! Bravo! Bravo! Yeah, okay, joking aside. Seriously though, bravo. I may have to see if we can find this Bradley fellow's Twitter. Frankly, friends, I don't know what to say. I'm just incredibly impressed. I'm just incredibly impressed.
Oh, jeez, dude, I was in a coma the whole time. Whoever did this has got to be some kind of whiz with the computers. Good stack of pennies. I would never hurt you. Let's see. Easy one. How's this? Nerd shit. Nerd shit. Now that's a book. One more puzzle before retirement.
Bravo! Bravo! I have no words. What a spectacular game. Oh, my life. Thank you all for coming with me on that little adventure. Alright, I'm going to nip to the loo. And then we're going to get into Hades proper. But seriously, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because I'm always ready to throw shade at Jonathan Blow, but I knew there was going to be something good about that, and I'm very happy to be right. Yeah, Miyakini Sakura, I thought I was getting memed on, and I was. But the hours that must have taken to lead up to one single joke. Like, when I get back from the bathroom, friends, I will talk your ear off about one of my favorite series, which is Gintama. And they once did a 3-episode wind-up to one